Alright, so last video for today. I really don't want to blow you guys up and overload you. I'm not gonna get into that. Anyway. Now, I've spoken about a lot of the shitty shit that happens. There is some sort of good stuff. Not really, but kinda. I would like to talk about it because it's kind of what I have to hold on to. It's kind of what keeps me going each day. So, anyway. I was at one point sent to a facility for a while for a reason. I'm not going to get into that right now. Later. Promise. Later. Just not right now. But I was sent away to a facility in a different state. I'm not exactly sure where. Still trying to figure that out. But at that facility, we were there for a while, and that was where the fight circles that I mentioned earlier would happen. But we went to this facility, and I like being a pain in the ass to them. I'm proud of it. So while I was there, at one point I got bored and somehow figured out a way to escape, to unlock my room or cell. I guess it was a cell, but I figured out a way to unlock it and get out, and I made it outside. But we were in the middle of the woods. I didn't know where I was. I didn't know where the closest town or anything was, and I knew that if I ran away, I was gonna die. There was no way I was going to survive out there on my own. And I figured, why not kill two birds with one stone? Get my freedom and go back and help other people get out. So I got out and I went back in. A few days later, maybe a week or so later, I had mentioned my little escape to a friend of mine, and she didn't believe me because she was like, "Why are you here? If you can get away, why didn't you leave?" And I had explained to her that, well, it's the middle of the woods. I don't know how to survive in the middle of the woods, and I'm trying to figure out what to do at this point. So she didn't believe me, and after some time of her poking and prodding and all that kind of stuff, I got her out. Got her out, brought her to an area near the facility, and she's like, "All right, let's go." So, no, we're not going to survive on our own, and if I can get out, I can get other people out. So what I need you to do is I need you to stay here. Stay here, stay nearby, don't run away. I'll bring you food, and you need to collect any rainwater that falls, but do not leave. I'm going to get more people out, and then we'll get away. So, I went back. She stayed out. For the first couple of days, she and I met up at a spot that we had set up. But after a few days, she no longer showed up anymore. I don't know what happened to her. A few days after that, I ended up getting about half a dozen kids out. And then I went back. They noticed that my friend was missing, but because of how many people they go through and the fact that some of us end up dead or missing or not returned or claimed, it didn't really even blip on their radar that one kid was missing. So then I went back and I got the 6 kids out. That started to cause a bit of a blip. They started wondering what was going on at that point. But not that bad. It still wasn't a big enough disparity from what they were used to compared to what we were doing. We were doing it like this on purpose. I told them, stay out, stay nearby. I'll get more people out. I went back in. A few weeks after that, I got about 20 or so kids out. We snuck out at night, got out, and they met up with the group of 6. the group of 6 that I had set up was a group of people who I knew I trusted well enough to quote unquote lead, to be able to make the right choices for everybody's survival, food, all that kind of stuff. Now at this point, after they had lost about 20 kids, they thought that there was somebody on who had gotten out and was breaking people out from the outside. So they couldn't fathom that somebody was going out, getting people out, and then coming back in and staying. So at that point, they changed all the locks. They changed everything to digital. Everything became digital. They had cameras in the hallways. They bulked up security. They had security guards now on 24/7, as opposed to previously at night they only had like 2 who did the typical security guard thing where they're watching TV and stuff like that. It was easy to get out. So I go back, and at this point I had a small team on the inside as well that I was working with. So they switched everything to digital, and we were spending a lot of time trial and erroring ways to unlock the system and to get everybody out. Now, eventually, and it took a lot shorter than I thought it was going to take. If I remember correctly, I thought it was going to take months. And I think it only took us a couple of days to get out of there. So our team on the inside, one night, we got everybody unlocked. We got about between 200 and 300 kids out. We damn near cleared out the place. The security guards were there. Alarms went off. They knew. They came after us. Myself, a few others in my team, we formed a small human wall, not anything really troubling for them. But some of us pretty much said to everybody else, run. Get out of here. Stay together. Work together. Expose this. Get everybody else out. Free more people. And do what you can to save as many people as possible and to expose this. Do not forget us. So the security guards come out. They start coming after us, and a few of the people in my team, we grabbed sticks, stones, whatever we could, and we fought back as much as we could to let everybody else escape as much as possible. Now, in my most recent video, I mentioned how there was somebody who went back. There was my group specifically who fought off the guards to let everybody else run as far as possible, as quick as possible, and get away. Then there was another smaller group, and the I guess head girl, the girl that kind of like led the group, got out. She was right behind me, and after we get everybody out, she turns around and starts walking back, and I'm yelling at her, "What are you doing? Why are you going back? Run!" And her response was, "I can do more good on the inside than from the outside." I didn't understand what she meant at the time, but I do now. I 100% do now. And she made the right call, because, yeah, she's making a difference. She went back, and yeah. But they managed to get a hold of me and a few others of my friends. Brought us back. There's a little bit more backstory there, but nothing really terribly important. And very shortly after that, I was sent home because they didn't want to have me around the kids anymore. Oh, poor things. So, this video is specifically to those kids, those children that I helped release, and anybody they might have released as well. It's time, guys. Stand up. Get ready. It's time. I asked you to do me one thing. It's ready. We're ready. Everybody's ready. Time to burn it down. Where we go one, we go all.